Hello, this is another Week 5 battle, this time between the Tailwinds of Winter and the Wooper Scoopers. Tailwinds of Winter fighting pretty desperately for that third spot. I believe the Little Leafeons or the Giga Tool Bells, one of those two, are competing for that third spot to get into the quarterfinals, semifinals, and then finals. And the Wooper Scoopers, unfortunately, have not won a match yet, although they have been, I think, by far the closest against our current undefeated Minnesota Mamoswines. So we'll see if they can pull out another victory here. But yeah, we'll see how the teams play here. I'm going to move this to slow so that I can actually commentate, and then we can get started. Alright, so we see a Farigiraf lead, possibly going for Trick Room or Screens. We've seen both with Iron Hands. That leads me to believe Trick Room, as Kilowattrel and Flapple hit the field. We've seen this Flapple be a Hustle Dragon Rush before. Fake Out does go into Flapple to stop it from moving. And the Kilowattrel goes for Tailwind. Oh, well, if it's Trick Room, this is really bad. Oh, it is Trick Room, so Tailwind going to go really against you now. As Great Tusk hits the field with its Booster Energy, going to activate its attack. And going for Sucker Punch into Armor Tail. Just isn't going to do anything as Ice Punch goes into the Great Tusk, and Dazzling Gleam does not pick up a KO on either, but with Trick Room active, there could be just another Dazzling Gleam. Another Sucker Punch, just possibly not knowing what Armor Tail does. Ice Punch is going to KO Flapple. Dazzling Gleam is going to KO Great Tusk. Always remember that /DT is a command, slash and then the letter D and T. Anything you don't know, you can always check to see what's going on. Ice Punch going to go into the Sash Kilowattrel. So not taking up the kill, but Dazzling Gleam will come out. The Terra Steel Goldango isn't going to take too much from that. But it'll be the first attack coming out this game. Not enough to KO Farigiraf, and unfortunately you are now dropped Special Attack. And no way to swap out of that as Moltres hits the field. Drain Punch going into Goldango, and that will take out in one hit. So a pretty clean victory for the Tailwinds. The Receivers will have to see what they can do against that Trick Room, because as we saw, it just kind of took one Trick Room, and then Farigiraf and Iron Hands were kind of able to sweep the entire match. So let's move on to Game 2 here. Alright, so here we are with Game 2. We'll see the leads this time. I'd be very surprised if Trick Room does not come out again. It is Iron Hands. Is it Farigiraf? It is Iron Hand Farigiraf. I mean, it went so well, I wouldn't expect anything different. Great Tusk coming out first this time with Goldango. So I think this is a much better lead this time, as you can possibly KO Farigiraf in one hit, depending on what moves you're running. But yeah, Fake Out will come out into Great Tusk as Make It Rain comes out, doing actually a lot less to Farigiraf the last time we saw it, but yeah, that's going to be a Trick Room come. Now, there is no Tailwind this time, so there's a possibility that any of her Pokemon could be slower. Drain Punch coming out into Great Tusk as Dazzling Gleam does not pick up the KO, leaving it at 1%. This could be really big for it. Make It Rain comes out again, just barely not picking up the KO on Farigiraf. That would have been a really, really nice KO, but Knockoff will secure it. Making sure another Trick Room doesn't come up, but now you do need to survive the rest of Trick Room with Piloswine out now. Stopping to Moltres to take the Make It Rain as Corviknight comes out. An Earthquake is going to hit Goldango for possibly a lot of damage. Not enough for a KO, though. Good swap into Corviknight, though. You know, you've seen that ground move come out, and you do actually quite a bit of damage to the, I'm assuming, Eviolite Piloswine. Iron Hands coming back out once again, as Body Press does go into it for not a ton of damage, to be honest. And Heat Wave, yeah, getting to against both Pokemon here, doing quite a bit. But only one turn of Trick Room left, so if any Protects are being run, this could be definitely to do it. Their Trick Room setter is down. Urshifu Rapid Strike coming out, going to Terra into Water, as Fake Out. Yep, this is Iron Hand's first turn on the field. So another Body Press, not doing a ton. What's the Moltres going to go for? Solar Beam? Power Herb Solar Beam to get rid of Urshifu. Unfortunate to reveal it in the second game, as now it is Great Tusk at 1% and Corviknight versus these two Pokemon, who I'm not sure they can do it. Gonna KO Iron Hands, though. This Corviknight can somehow one-shot the Moltres? It's slower. Never mind. So yeah, Heat Wave will take the double KO, and that will give the game to the Tailwinds of Winter. Well played, both teams.